Well, hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I'm a regular dude walking in the Word. Hey, as we're going through Exodus, we're in chapter 22, and remember, we're doing this in 3 episodes. The first episode we talked about yesterday was restitution, how you make right what you might have done wrong to somebody. Today, it's talking about being responsible to others, okay? And then tomorrow, it's being responsible to God. And that covers all of chapter 22. We're going to read today from Exodus, not Genesis. Exodus 22, verses 16 through 27. So if you have your Bibles like I do, you can flip there, and let's read. If a man seduces a virgin who is not pledged to be married and sleeps with her, he must pay the bride price, and she shall be his wife. If her father absolutely refuses to give her to him, he still must pay the bride price for the virgins. Okay? Virgins. Okay. So the bride price was, we sometimes don't understand this today, but it was a price you paid, and you weren't necessarily buying the bride, but you paid this to the father. And it was, let's say, today's money, it might be $100,000. Okay, so I would pay to my wife's, to Myrna's parents, $100,000 so that I could marry her. So that meant I had to save up for a while, and it was a huge sacrifice. All right, and it wasn't like $10. No, it was like $100,000 that you would be paying. And what this was alimony paid in advance. So if you decided someplace down the road that, I don't like my wife anymore, I want to divorce her. Well, she wasn't just cast out on her own. Her father was supposed to be saving up this money, this $100,000. And so if you decided to divorce her, and back then you could divorce for a lot of reasons, and the woman was often just like destitute at that point. But she would then have this money, this $100,000, that she could live on. And do that. So that's what this was. So if a guy raped a girl, and he needed to pay this price, and he needed to marry her. But if the father said, you're a loser, and there's no way I'm letting you marry my daughter, he still had to pay the bride price because he defiled her, and there's a chance that no one else wants to marry her because she was defiled like that. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense here. Verse 18, do not allow sorcerers to live. One sentence there. Wow. And it's pretty harsh. Don't allow sorcerers to live. And that continued on all the way through Saul, them not allowing sorcerers to live. Verse 19, anyone who has sexual relations with an animal is to be put to death. Whoever sacrifices to any god other than the Lord must be destroyed. Do not mistreat or oppress a foreigner, for you were foreigners in Egypt. Okay, going back to the thing, don't allow the sorcerers to live, people who have sex with animals, and people who give sacrifices to other gods, don't let them live. This government was a theocracy. Okay, so God was saying, in this government that I'm setting up, it's ruled by me. Today in the United States, we don't have a theocracy. We have it's a constitutional government. So these same rules, if you start to throw these things out there where, hey, we need to kill all the sorcerers and everything. No. We're a constitutional government, and the Constitution protects all religions. Okay, this was set up in Exodus for the nation of Israel. All right. Verse 21, do not mistreat or oppress a foreigner, for you were foreigners in Egypt. Do not take advantage of the widow or the fatherless. If you do, and they cry out to me, I will certainly hear their cry. My anger will be aroused, and I will kill you with your sword. And your wives will become widows, and your children fatherless. This still applies today. Don't be mistreating the widows. And the widows could be someone who was divorced from and left kind of destitute, or the woman, and then also someone, their husband died, and then also children that they don't no longer have parents. And today it goes beyond just parents that died. okay? But it goes beyond, it goes to today, parents that are not able to take care of their kids, whether they abandon them, whether they are, the big thing today is drugs. If drugs are controlling their life, they're not able to take care of the children. So we're called by God to take care of these people, the widows and the orphans here. Verse 25, if you lend money to one of my people among you who is needy, do not treat it like a business deal. Charge no one interest. If you take your neighbor's cloak as a pledge, return it by sunset, because that cloak is the only covering of that your neighbor has. What else can they sleep in? When they cry out to me, I will hear, for I am compassionate. Okay? Basically, treat everyone like their family. I'm talking like the people in the nation of Israel. You weren't supposed to take advantage of them. So if I have, sons and daughters and wives, and they need to borrow something. Let's say I have a son, and he needs to borrow some money because his car just broke down, and he needs a little money to hold him over. Okay, I'm not going to go, hey, down at the loan place, they're charging, 30% interest, so I'll charge you 30% interest too. No, I need to treat him like a son and say, hey, let's get this taken care of, and, it might be interest-free or whatever. You need to work out the details. But you're not trying to make a living off this and get rich off of the misfortune of your own children, okay? That shouldn't be happening, and we shouldn't be doing that with other believers, doing that stuff either, okay? So the bottom line is here in this whole section is be responsible to others, and God is watching, and he says it here. And so the big thing there is like widows and orphans and stuff. You better be taking care of those. Thanks for watching. I'm a regular dude walking in the Word, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we conclude Exodus 22. Lord's blessing. I'll see you then.